China has emerged as the world's largest auto exporter, with Chinese automakers poised to enter the US market, regardless of tariffs. Approximately 40 years ago, China's auto industry was nearly non-existent. Today, China produces enough cars to supply half the world, a scale of manufacturing unprecedented in the auto industry. This rapid growth positions China as a major player, with its sights set on the US, now the second largest car market globally due to China's rise. Although no Chinese car brands are currently sold in the US, brands like Volvo, Polestar, and Lotus are Chinese-owned, and insiders suggest it's only a matter of time before Chinese brands enter the market. China has been increasing exports to manage overcapacity. Surveys show that many shoppers, particularly younger ones, are open to buying Chinese cars despite privacy concerns. However, not everyone is enthusiastic. President Biden has imposed steep tariffs on Chinese automakers, effectively doubling the price of a Chinese electric vehicle, which could otherwise be as affordable as $11,500. While opinions on tariffs vary, many believe they might not be effective in the long run and could cause more harm than good. Industry insiders suggest that for the Detroit 3, Toyota, and Hyundai to compete with Chinese brands, more than just raising tariffs will be necessary. The challenge China presents to the global auto industry, including the US, is unprecedented. Unlike the Japanese and Koreans who built plants in the US and were more dependent on the US market, China does not face the same leverage. China's capacity to produce cars is 4 times that of the US, with an annual domestic demand of about 25 million units. China's auto industry is booming, with 15 million cars available for export annually, nearly matching the US's best sales years. In 2023, China exported 5 million cars to over 100 countries, making it a top global exporter. Chinese cars are now seen in almost every market except the US and Canada. Facing a domestic price war, Chinese automakers are highly motivated to expand into Europe and other markets. China's rise in the auto industry is supported by favorable policies and a booming economy. Starting in the 1980s, China allowed foreign automakers to sell cars in the country if they partnered with local firms. Chinese companies also invested internationally, such as Geely's purchase of Volvo from Ford. Additionally, many Chinese automakers are government-owned or receive substantial subsidies, like EV maker BYD, which received $3.7 billion between 2018 and 2022. Chinese automakers have significantly improved product quality over the years. While their vehicles had noticeable quality issues 15 years ago, they are now highly competitive and well-designed, paying attention to every detail. Industry experts like Bill Russo note that Chinese companies have successfully developed new business models focused on software and services, similar to their backgrounds in technology and electronics. American consumers are increasingly open to Chinese cars. A recent survey found that nearly half of respondents are familiar with Chinese vehicle brands and 76% of those under 40 would consider buying one. However, interest declined significantly among older age groups. In response to this new competition, tariffs have become a popular political tool. Beginning in 2018, former President Trump and others have used tariffs to address perceived trade imbalances between the US and China. Despite this, Chinese automakers remain determined to enter the US market and expand globally. The Biden administration is increasing tariffs on electric vehicles (EVs) from 25% to 100% in 2024 due to concerns over China's extensive subsidies and non-market practices leading to overcapacity. Chinese EV exports surged by 70% from 2022 to 2023. Additionally, tariffs will rise on materials essential for car manufacturing, such as lithium-ion batteries, graphite, magnets, steel, aluminum, and semiconductors. China controls over 80% of certain segments of the EV battery supply chain, posing risks to US supply chains, national security, and clean energy goals. While some politicians advocate for even stricter measures, the industry's response is mixed. Labor leaders and the Alliance for Automotive Innovation support the tariffs, while Tesla CEO Elon Musk has criticized them, noting that without trade barriers, Western automakers could be overwhelmed by Chinese competition due to their ability to produce cheaper EVs with advanced technology. Former Chrysler executive Bill Russo is skeptical of tariffs, arguing that they increase costs for American automakers and accelerate the globalization of Chinese companies, which are building factories worldwide to circumvent trade rules. Russo suggests an alternative approach encouraging Chinese automakers to manufacture in the US. Under joint ventures with American companies, similar to how China invited foreign automakers in the past. This strategy would allow the US to benefit from Chinese technology and manufacturing efficiencies while maintaining control over the industry. Although no Chinese branded cars are currently sold in the US, over 100 Chinese-owned automotive companies have a presence in the country, primarily in Detroit and Silicon Valley, indicating they are preparing to enter the U.S. market when the time is right.